Welcome to Comfort Habit number 2, TikTok. Okay, so it is AAPI month day number 9, and tonight's characters for video 1 is Kim Nakamura from the Mr. T show. Now, I'm going to give you guys her images, but there is not a lot, and the wiki is specifically on Mr. T. So this video is going to be a little bit of freestyling going on. Just want to give you guys the heads up. And the second video is going to be Billy and Jimmy Lee from Double Dragon, also known as Spike and Hammer from the original video game. But we'll figure out what Wiki's going to give us when that time comes. Right now, let's do Kim Nakamura. Alright, so Kim is that girl right there. Right there. And for y'all, she's right there next to that dog. Alright, so again, she's next to the brother Woody. That's Kim. That's Kim. Alright, there's more pictures than I thought it would be. So, that's Kim. That's Kim. There's Kim. And there's Kim. Alright. One more. That's Kim, Robin, and her brother Spike. I think that's his name. I can't remember his name. The 80s was a long time ago. You guys can feel free to go watch Mr. T's cartoon. No. As far as I know, Kim Nakamura was the only Asian girl on the team. So, being that this is Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month, again, her last name is Nakamura, so she's Japanese. Let me rephrase that. To be specific, Nakamura is a Japanese last name. There is no guarantee that Kim Nakamura is actually Japanese. However, the Nakamura name is generally a Japanese last name. If you're Japanese and I've offended you, I do apologize for that. Don't come at me. There's one more picture of Kim Nakamura right there. Alright. So, let's see. I don't think we can find any more of her. So let's just go to the wiki and see what we get. Now the wiki itself is on Mr. T. But it can give me a little bit, so I can talk about who the voice actress was or whatever, because that's the only thing I saw. Alright, Mr. T animated series aired on NBC Saturday mornings from 1983 to 1986, featuring the popular actor Mr. T. A total of 30 episodes produced during all 3 seasons, 13 episodes for season 1, 11 for season 2, and 6 with the final season, which was produced by Ruby Spears Enterprises. Alright, so we're going to get past all of that. Returning to the Cartoon Network in the 80s and the 90s, Adult Swim, late night programming block Boomerang, Hanna-Barbera in 1991, Ruby Spears, Turner, and also Phil Lamar's first role. The plot: the cartoon stars Mr. T coaching a gymnastics team, specifically emphasizes members on Jeff, Woody, Robin, and Kim. They're the 4 main people, traveling the world with him and becoming and solving various mysteries. At the beginning of each episode, a live action is introduced by Mr. T himself, showing and explaining what's going on. At the end, Mr. T narrates the moral lesson and the thing. Maybe we're going to get lucky. Alright, we're not going to go through Mr. T, Miss Beasley, Jeff, Woody, Robin, Kim Nakamura. Her voice actress was Sun Ming Carson. Let me try that again. S-I-U, Shu Ming, M-I-N-G, Carson. A Japanese girl who is the daughter of a computer scientist with a photographic memory that comes in handy when it comes to remembering various magazines, articles, books, and pages, including the issue, the volume, and the page number that she read it on. And that is pretty much all you are going to get from her, specifically. And it's really, really, really short. And that was like a blank white screen for y'all. So, there's your close-up. Series overview. Um, it was number one in 1983, number two in 84, number three in 85. Last aired October 19th, 85. Um, I don't remember if any of the episodes had specific towards heritages and all of that stuff, but there were other characters, but mostly Robin, Woody, Kim, and Mr. T. And they left off Dozer. Dozer was the damn dog. You know, they had other people. They just weren't. They weren't. They weren't prominent members of the show. The show didn't really evolve around them, is what I'm trying to say. And it still left off her brother. Miss Beasley was the bus driver. Or Miss Bisbee. I don't know if I said that shit right. But so basically, I want to say this without offending people. For the 80s, she was practically the token stereotype smart bookworm Asian woman, well, teenage girl that was excellent on the floor routine and the balance, the beams, the bars. She was basically for my generation, she would be known as the modern day Amy Chow. Y'all probably don't know who she is, but she was also an Olympic era girl, 88, 89, somewhere in there. I'm a little older than the Olympic superstar Amy Chow, but she's the only one I can really reference to, even though Amy Chow is Chinese and Kim Nakamura is Japanese. But you know how well Christy Yamaguchi is on the ice. That would be how well Kim Nakamura was in the gymnastics show. Now, the thing with Mr. T, a lot of stereotypes in this cartoon. I'm sorry, Mr. T. But anyway, the whole thing centered around these main gymnastics. They were going all over the place and they were doing fantastical things. However, I don't recall, because memory's gone, if they ever had any specific episodes that featured Kim. There may have been one, but I won't swear to it, and I don't want to tell you guys a lie, and I don't want to tell anybody on YouTube a lie either, because I don't play that crap. 99.9, y'all. And the thing is that at some point, at some time, they did have a special with Robin and her brother. And, the other gymnasts were there, but they're like the background characters. And she's like a background but forward character. All right? And unfortunately, she was a little bit different than the average stereotypical Asian of that time in 83, 84, and 85. If you are an Asian person watching this, I apologize. I did not write that shit. I did watch it. Because I was like 10, 11, and 12. I'm pretty sure it said 83, 84, 85. Let me click back on that shit. We're running out of time. But we're gonna go to overview. Yeah, 83, 84, 85. Yeah. So 10, 11, and 12. Yeah. And I don't remember them all, but I do remember watching them, And I remember the theme song. Mr. T. That's pretty much it right there. You guys should go and check out Mr. T and look for Kim Nakamura. Thank you guys for watching. Happy Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Day number 9. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys on YouTube, stick tight. Y'all know what I got to do with this thing up here with this phone. It's going to give me all kinds of problems, but we're going to handle that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Be seeing you. It's going to load some music now. Oh hell, it's probably not gonna show up on my red shirt. Damn it. And I can't change it. Okay, well. God damn it, no. What's that? Damn it. I screwed up right there. Okay. Now I got it done. I didn't think about my red shirt while doing this shit. And we gotta wait because I'm sure it's gonna jump to some music and totally fuck up my shit. Yep. Oh, I thought he ended the live. Okay. Well, he didn't end the live. That's good news. So this video will be the second video. Double Dragon.
According to Wikipedia, Double Dragon is a beat-em-up video.
Oh, well, that was the right thing. Double Dragon. Damn it. Go. All right. Sorry, y'all. What the frack? Have some technical difficulties. I don't need a Double Dragon Chinese restaurant. That is not what I pushed. Perfect. Now go back. Images. Images. Fantastic. Let's rock. Okay, TikTokers, we're back. And we're going to feature Double Dragon. Double Dragon. Alright, so if you're not up to speed, Mark Dacascos and Scott Wolf did a Double Dragon movie, which is pretty close except for the fact that Mark Dacascos and Scott Wolf are nowhere related ethnically wise or by blood, because Scott Wolf was like Party of Five actor, but as far as I know, he doesn't have any Asian ties. I can be wrong. Liquorship is dangerous. So we're gonna start with the video game Double Dragon, which is what everything was initially based on. However, fun fact, in Double Dragon, their initial names were Spike and Hammer instead of Billy and Jimmy Lee. I don't know when the retcon happened or when they changed it, but this is what they looked like. Back in the day. Back in the day. I always chose the red guy, which at the time was Spike, I think. They also retconned the birthing order and made Billy the youngest brother and Jimmy the oldest brother, which really didn't make any damn sense since at the end of one of the Double Dragon versions, you fight each other. And if you're Billy, because we're looking for your girlfriend, it's guaranteed that Billy should win. The problem with that is I got younger brothers. They ain't whooping my ass. They're going to have to unalive me to beat my ass. They know it, and I know it. Now, from the cartoon, this is the cartoon. Billy's in black, Jimmy's in red. And if I can find the Double Dragon comic book from Marvel, it is the reverse of that. You know. So, we will, if there's time, we will check that out at the end of this. Let's get to the wiki, so that way we will have time to get to the end of it. Alright. So to save time, I'm probably just going to read one paragraph if the damn thing opens up. Why are you not opening up? Oh no. Okay, because that might be the restaurant. Okay. So the genre is beat 'em up video games. Developers Tinnos Japan, Way Forward Technologies, and Arc Systems Work. We're gonna skip all the platforms and stuff and the latest releases. The original Double Dragon was an arcade hit, ushering in the golden age of beat 'em up genre, resulting in a flood of beat 'em up games during the 80s and 90s following the conversation by Double Dragon A in 1993, an adventure series, and a live action in 1994 adaptation, where these adaptations were widely planned and critics. By the way, Van Damme also did an adaptation. In June 2015, the ARC acquired a former Tino's IP, I don't know what the hell that is, including Double Dragon series. The ARC system worked and previously ported in Double Dragon Master System in 1988. So, the game series, the first game, Double Dragon, was released in 1987. Nintendo Entertainment Productions. Alright, this is not the arcade, so we are not going to deal with that shit. So, I'm sorry for that time that I just took away from y'all. Let's go with characters. Here's Billy and Jimmy Lee. Alright. For the most part, to take control of martial artist William Billy Lee, who battles against various adversaries and gang members and rivals, and often is assisted by his elder brother, Jimmy Lee, or Jimmy James Lee, usually serves the secondary character, in which the games. The Lee brothers are characterized as fictional martial artists of the SOETSUKEN and the twin serval fist, known as whatever the fuck I just spelled. Anyway, they combine the techniques for the styles of karate, tai chi, and Shorin Kempo. SHORINJI. I totally butchered it. Now, the actual duo was unnamed in the original arcade version initially released in Japan, although their names was Hammer and Spike were given to them in the cabinet promotion of Tatio overseas version. Names Billy and Jimmy Lee were the first established Famicom version of constantly on other consoles. Alright? The original Double Dragon soundtrack album. But they were not actually used in the arcade version until Double Dragon 3. The names weren't used. They stayed Spike and Hammer for a long time. But the Rosetta Zone, Billy Lee comes from the combination of Bruce Lee in the last name and Billy Lowe from the movie Game of Death. Well, Jimmy was after the magician Jimmy Page. Yay! Alright, so let me see. And then, alright, let's skip down a little bit because time is a thing. The two brothers are shown in a romantic interest of a young woman named Marion, a student at their dojo. At the arcade version, in the first game alongside the console. At the end, both brothers fight each other over Marion. Case in point, if the two reach the end together, the survivor untimely wins Marion's affections. Fandom's version, which established Marion to be Billy's long-term girlfriend, changes the story so that Jimmy was actually the leader of the Black Warriors. Changes the results. This comes into the game, not the game, the TV cartoon show. Made the changes in cooperative play in the version, and the one who orchestrated Marion's kidnapping. All right, so basically they made Jimmy the bad guy. All right, now when they were Spike and Hammer, I don't know about any of that stuff happening because usually with Spike and Hammer, but at the end, if y'all survived together, y'all both had to fight over the girl. All right, and if you lost and you were the guy in the blue, the red guy got the girl. All right. So it doesn't say anything about the Marvel comic, which I have all 6 issues of the Marvel comic. Let's see, Legacy. Still doesn't say anything. References. Doesn't say anything. So the Marvel comic version is a little bit better than the story what I just gave you. So make sure you Google that. Marvel Comics Double Dragon. Let's see what they give me. Okay. So, Marvel Comics came before the cartoon, by the way. And they just changed it in the cartoon. But this is Jimmy, and that is Billy. In the cartoon, they changed it, but he was always Marion's boyfriend. That's Jimmy, and that's Billy. In the cartoon, they reversed it and made Billy have the black hair and Jimmy have the green, red hair, white hair, yellow hair. But also in the cartoon, they didn't get to meet their daddy, where or their mother. Where in the comic, it gives you a better depiction of their parents. Their mother was a double dragon first. The comic story is way better. I don't know if this has a wiki. Double Dragon comic. It does not say if it has a wiki, but it does have a first look, so you guys can definitely go and check that out. I have all of the comics. Let me see. Can I get them all on the same page? Probably not. Okay. So, this is as good as I can get. Now we scroll up. But I have all of them. It was a 6-part miniseries, and yes, the brothers do fight each other in the comic book. And yes, spoiler alert, Billy wins. But then they get their shit back together after they beat all the clones up, and only 2 are remaining, which would be Billy and Jimmy. And then Billy knocks the shit out of Jimmy, and Billy wins. So there's that. And I like Jimmy better when he has black hair. When the cartoon came out and they fixed it so that Jimmy would be blonde and Billy would be black, I was like, oh, that fucking sucks. But this is them with their grandfather. Now, in this comic specifically, their daddy is Marvel's own Stan Lee. Or at least that's what they're begging at. And it also takes place deep in the future. Oh yeah, getting to show you guys. And he explains how their mother had the power first, and she lost the power, giving it to them when they were born, and she was I think unalived by her brother or somebody. The bad guy's their uncle. Family Feud. Anyway, Double Dragon, y'all. Double Dragon. Thank you guys for watching. Happy AAPI. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please go find the Double Dragon comics. Go watch the cartoon. For you guys on YouTube, TikTok's over in like 3 seconds. But for you guys on YouTube, you already know what's coming up next. So we're not going to do that though. Thanks, TikTok. Be seeing you. All right. YouTube. I already explained to you what's going to happen next, so we're going to do that now.